This is recap of the EU and NA FNCS Day 1. If you don't want to miss the Day 2 video, make sure you put them notifications on for the channel, and let's get right into EU. In Game 1 of the FNCS Finals, we had Bevies and Pablo Wingu take out the first game with an amazing solo clutch at the end from Bevies. The map pulled continuously far side rotate, so nobody has any mats at the end, and Bevy just managed to clutch it out. It was a pretty impressive clutch as he literally had a couple builds left. Because it's Game 1, you can't really fathom any storylines so far, so it's not really the most interesting game. Game 2 is a different story.
Backside 1 HP, can he make it? No! Bevies! Scissors does go down the rock, but they end up winning the game.
We had the GOAT Tayson and Mustache winning Game 2. Tayson somehow changed his name to Hide on Bush, so that's what all the announcers were calling him. What a guy. Mustache just full 2v1 the last team on low ground and pretty much won the game, while Tayson was up on height playing heel off. Another standout from this game was Bevies again. He managed to clutch a massive amount of points this game and managed to take out Malabuka and Thomas HD in the same box while they were full HP mid-end game.
One of them, two different duos on one side, 185 on the other. Malabuka stopped, and Thomas as well. This man is the ultimate machine. Bevies can't be slowed down.
Again, they take them out.
This guy is honestly the limit, and he's been playing really well this tournament. Will he continue? Let's find out. So currently we have Bevies and Pablo Wingu in first place. We have Swizzies and Putrick, who actually came second in this second game. And we have Seti and Kami in third, who had two pretty consistent games with Seti solo clutching both.
After the backside, big beat 180. What is this man on? And again, he can just end the game himself. We don't need heals when you have Mustache.
Game 3 was an interesting one. Pablo Wingu and Bevies actually went off spawn. They died in dead last place in 50th. Now first place out the game, who will rise up to the top? Our main highlight off spawn was Jarko 2v1ing Vox and DKS.
Oh, wait.
Gargo looks like the truth right now.
Wait.
One shot, two.
What? Jarko, are you kidding?
And now we move into the end game. We had another snow zone in the third game, and this was shambles. It pulled max zone after max zone, and everyone was so shambles on mats, meds, and loot. However, we eventually had Podesai win it as a solo, and they had an 11 kill win, Podesai and Snazy, so that bumped them right up into first place in the leaderboard. Pablo Wingu and Bevies are 2 points behind first now at 171 points, and Swizzy and Putrick are third with 149. There's a big difference between third and second. I wonder how Snady, Podesai and Pablo Wingu and Bevies are going to do in Game 4, and whether any of the other teams in the top 6 are going to catch up.
Down, and it needs to get it done with quickly.
They got no mats. This might just be it. One down. Podesai gets the siphon. Podesai has the mats. His enemy's out of absolute gas. There's nothing for him to do. A turn around, and it's enough with the beam. Ski V could not follow up.
Game 4 was an absolutely crazy game with Misha and Tenny taking out the Victory Royale with 9 kills. This was definitely a game of solo clutching, with Swizzy having an amazing solo clutch, Tayson having a great solo clutch, or should I say Hide on Bush, and Trippin also had a good solo clutch. Seti and Kami came third, both staying alive till the very end, and Trulex and Chico came second with 9 kills, both staying alive until the very end. This means we have Trulex and Chico 232 points in first, Swizzy and Putrick in second, and Mustache and Hide on Bush in third with 199. Top of the leaderboard is looking close though.
Be taken down, but look who it is to sweep in and win the game.
Despite an Aston Scraps really bad start to the tournament, they came back in the penultimate Game 5 to secure a 7 kill win. Height was up and down this game, but we had high placements from Robin and Axe Force, and Grolls and Clown, who secured a second place with 6 kills. A lot of the people lower on the leaderboard managed to secure big games here and push themselves up on the leaderboard, whereas the top 3 all went down relatively early this game. The top 4 are all within 10 points of each other now, with Misha and Tenny, Swizzy and Putrick, Trulex and Chico, and Robin and Axe Force. Game 6 is going to be a banger.
For Grolls' box, looking for the next chance to do damage. A 2v1 as these guys will absolutely solidify this game. Looks like a vacation for them because they're smiling. They're feeling good on this beach, on us, and strapped for a win.
big game for that duo.
So Swizzy and Putrick took out Game 6 with an 8 Elam win. Swizzy is actually Kiriachi, if you guys didn't know, and this win put them 60 points above second place after day 1. So they're top of the leaderboard with 332 points, closely followed by Trulex and Chico on 272 points. Then in third place, Robin and Axeforce on 256 points, which ends out day 1 with an interesting leaderboard. In fourth place, as an honourable mention, we had Misha and Tenny, who have 254 points, 2 points behind third.
Wow, clean build to get up 2 jumps, and he's already on a safety of low ground. And his aim is magnetic, his decisions fast, electric right now, back and forth. This man is not hesitating on decisions. Doesn't matter as Putrick and Swizzy pass the 300-point line.
This could get interesting on day 2. On to NA. Right before we jump into NA, let me remind you the best way to support my channel is using code JKC in the Fortnite item shop. Let's get right back into it. That's all I've got for you. I have a confession to make on NA. I actually went to bed for this one as it was literally on at 12 o'clock my time. But let's still run through the games. In terms of the game winners, we had Casca and Revised win game 1, Aegis and Canada win game 2, Booga and Threats win game 3, Thoric and Bolts win game 4, Ritual and Reap win game 5, and finally Byler and Mpen win the final game of this day. So closing out of day 1, we had Aegis and Canada in first place with 384 points with 1 win. They had a really good average elims and plus a super good average placement, 6.5 in 6 games, coming 7th, 1st, 6th, 2nd, 12th and 11th. Their last games being their worst games, but ultimately that is still insane. Booga and Threats coming in 2nd in 293. There's a big difference between 1st and 2nd, probably because of the super consistency shown by Aegis and Canada. They also played the tournament like a house on fire, but ultimately ended up having 2 throwaway games that could have ended up costing them. Byler and Npen came 3rd with 275 points, only had 20 points off Booga and Threat. They weren't doing too bad coming to the last 2 games, but ended up placing 3rd with 7 kills and 1st with 5 kills to bring them right back up in games 5 and 6. Then we have the rest of the top 5, Polo and Sphinx, and Iomzo and Rise. I was personally expecting Iomzo and Rise to do a bit better this tournament, but maybe they're more of a day 2 team, who knows. They were placing in endgame, but they weren't placing anywhere too crazy in the endgame, mainly within a 10th to 13th range. Though they did break top 5 once with a 4 Elam 5th in the final game. Maybe they were starting to find their rhythm. We'll find out in day number 2. Day number 2 is going to be at 6 PM UK time on any of the Fortnite channels, whether that be Twitch or YouTube, so go watch it there. And if you want to know the difference between you and all of these pro players, watch the video on the screen right now, as well as check out my Zero Delay creative maps in the description.